Hello. So today I want to talk to you about the game Comic Hunters. Now, this is one that last year was getting a lot of attention. I know, especially at Gen Con, it kept selling out. People were talking about it, and I was like, I just don't really think that's for me. I'm not a big comic person, and I'm really weird. Sometimes when a game is new and hyped up, I'm like, yes, I need it. I want to play it. And other times I'm like, that's really popular. I'll hold off. I don't know why I'm like this. It probably goes back to my early 2000s pop punk and emo days where, you couldn't be into the popular thing. But regardless, this game is excellent. You are collecting comic books to try and get the most points. But I almost feel like it should be, if I were me designing the theme, that you're collecting board games because that would be more fun for me. But just know this game does not have a huge price tag. It's usually around $25 and it does have official Marvel IP. So what does that mean? It means the components are not great. It's a $25 game, so you have to keep your expectations realistic, but the gameplay is so good. I was blown away by how fun this game is. It plays 1 to 4 players and the solo is excellent. So you have your board out here that is going to have your secret stash that you can use to pay for some things. Up here, you have your hero tracker, and there are 8 available superheroes for each game, and you are going to play with 6 of them. So there's some variability there. 1 will go in the top section and is going to be worth the most points if you collect that one. So it's going to be the most sought after, likely. 2 will go down in the next section and they're worth the next amount of points. And then 3 heroes will be in the bottom section and they are worth the least amount of points. But don't ignore them because the more collections you have, you're also going to get points for them. Now, there's things about comic books that make certain issues unique or more sought after. So, for example, if it's the first appearance of a new character, if it's when there's an epic battle going on, different things, you have 5 different options and you'll play with 3 each game that you're going to score points as you collect those types of comics. So, also pay attention to that. Whoever is the highest on this track is going to get the most points. If you're in second place, you get a few less, third and fourth. So we now have these cards. I don't sleeve a lot of games. This game needs to be sleeved because again, price point, not the best components. So you have level 1 comics, level 2, and level 3. And you're going to be getting a combination of both. And then at the end of the round, and there will be 3 different rounds, you are going to decide which ones to add into your collection. So for example, this is a level 2 comic. It's going to cost me 2. So I have to pay for this with other cards that I collected that round. So maybe I'm going to use 2 of my level 1 cards that I don't want to add. You can kind of decide that, but you're going to be collecting a lot. So maybe I need to come up with like 14 points to add the comics I really want to my collection. And you get to add, like I said, on each of the 3 rounds. And at the end of the 3 rounds is when you'll score your collections based on the heroes that you have that I showed you in the first, second, and third tier. But you will, when you add them to your collection, score for these bonuses over here, which is like the first time appearance, the epic battle, that kind of thing that I told you about. But it's the way you get these cards that is so fun and clever. So there's several different ways that you're going to get these cards, and I just love the theme of it. So over here, it's going to show you that you're going to have 3 different ways to get your cards, and then you're going to assemble your collection, and then 3 different ways assemble your collection, 3 different ways and assemble your collection. So the first one is you're going to go to the store. That's just a basic draft where you're going to have so many cards, pick one, pass it on, pick one and pass it on, basic draft. And it works a little bit differently with the solo, but very similar. So that's how you're going to get some cards. And those are just going to be your level 1s. Those are going to be your easier to find issues. They're not going to be worth as much, but by having more of any given hero, that's how you're going to score points. You can also use these to pay for better cards. Then you will have your flea market, and that's going to work a little bit differently as well. In the flea market, you're going to start with, depending on your number of players, some cards out here, potentially say in 3 rows in a 2-player game. And this can hold 2 cards, this can hold 3, and this can hold 4. So everybody's going to reveal a card and then decide where they want to place it. And you want to make things attractive to other players, but not so attractive that they take what you're wanting. So on your turn at any point, if you're like, you know what, there's something out there I want, you can take it, and that row will not be built on anymore. Or you could potentially go all the way, and then still going in turn order, you get to take one of these rows. Now, it may behoove you to take the row with fewer cards if there's better symbols there, or you may want more cards because you're like, I already got some good cards. These ones may not be as good, but they're going to let me pay for things. So that's your flea market. And then you have the convention. And the convention is really cool. So you're going to set out this big array of cards, and the convention is going to have level 1, 2, and 3 cards in it. And you're going to get to move one card around, and then you can take all of one symbol from the row or the column. It's essentially a 5x5 grid, but you can only move one. So it's tricky to try and get the best for you without leaving an amazing option for someone else. And then there's also an online auction site, which the way that that works is there's going to be cards out there in varying amounts. And if you want the row that has, say, 5 cards in it, you have to pay 5 from your secret stash. And however much of your secret stash is left at the end is going to be points for you. So you don't want to spend it all. And then the lower columns with fewer cards. And these are mystery. You don't know what it's going to be. You get those, and you get to add those to your collection. So after you've done these things, and I just described 4 things, but in each round you will be doing 3 of them, and that's told to you on the board. You then assemble your collection, and that's where you look at all of the cards you have. You decide which ones you want to add to your collection and how you're going to pay for them, and then you start the next round. Like I said, I am not a big comic person. I'm just kind of comic neutral. Like, I don't like them necessarily. I don't dislike them. They're just not a theme that immediately grabs me like they do a lot of people. But this game is so fun. It's very thematic. It's very fun. It's clever. It's creative. I like that you're doing something different every time as you decide how you're going to assemble your collection. So I highly recommend this game. Just know it is a $25 game with Marvel IP, so don't be expecting amazing components, but do expect amazing gameplay. So I would love to know if you have played this, what do you think of it? Give me a like and a follow, and I'll keep bringing you more board game content. Thanks. Bye.